before they decide and start putting things in production, because
Yeah.
once you put it in production, it will be very difficult to retract it because the damage will
Yeah.
be. I think that's why I think many companies are taking more time, for to move things between pilot to production.
Perfect. Risk assessment framework right up front. Make sure you understand how that is. Um, Second one, how do you see companies adopting? I mean, you're sitting in a very interesting space, right? You have a fairly large sales organization. I'm sure you get to talk to them as well as a CFO in various contexts, as deputy CFO and as a C-suite leader. I'm sure you have visibility into it. Sort of, and you yourself are a finance leader, so I'm sure you get brought in to talk to other finance leaders, be it customers or peers or in the industry. How do you see companies adopting things like coding agents, BPMN type workflow builders, very similar to what you have in the Maestro, or agent builder, or case management type things to deploy faster? What are you seeing?
Great conversations with the customers, right type of conversations. Folks are thinking about process orchestration, as I mentioned, not just focused on task automation. There is confusion, personal productivity versus enterprise grade. There is still keen interest in understanding the evolution with regulatory landscape and governance and how to think about designing controls that is there. Folks are trying to understand, are there existing use cases, assets that they can use if someone has done something that is really cool. Folks are very curious, understanding some of those cool ideas where things have been implemented and put in production. Overall, including good discussions around build versus buy, good discussions around more automated controls versus business controls, and potentially transformation there also, because businesses traditionally had maybe 60 to 70% manual controls and maybe 30-40% automated. Potentially, we're talking about shift there as well. So a lot of good conversations, and at the same time, I feel like more recent conversations are coming back towards deterministic. I think folks have experimented enough with AI, understood the limitations, understood the cost of it. You saw the Uber announcement on the token
Yep.
fees, token consumptions. I think tokenless is becoming a newer term nowadays to figure out how can I get there. On-prem is again, getting some legs back up. So there is a lot of, pendulum coming back, I guess, is where the discussions are happening. But